Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube and StreamYard.com. It is Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Floyo and Michael Bullock. And guys, we're just going to dive right in. We started off with Smackdown live here tonight, once again from the Thunderdome in Orlando, Florida, and the MOA Arena, exclusively on Fox. We started it off with the Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. A very, very good promo segment was interrupted by the new number one contender, Jey Uso. This was a really strong promo. I really loved it. And you can tell Roman is being very meticulous with this. Being nice with the cousin, don't worry, it's all there's nothing serious going on. It's just, it's business. You're my bro. I love the family. What we do is just that. I'm just, he's playing it as a really good heel. I'm gonna say it. A lot of the fans have been waiting for Roman to go heel, and let me tell you, Roman is delivering as a heel. He is meticulous. He is calculated, downright cold in certain elements. Dude, Roman Reigns, this is the best Roman Reigns I've ever seen since my time Roman Reigns back in NXT. Stop wasting my time. You see this Rolex? It's my time. So that was his personal best. And even during the days when he was with the Shield in NXT, that was an awesome heel turn. He never should have been a face. I know they were trying to make him the face of WWE and everything else, but that's where they got themselves in trouble, because they were trying to make him another John Cena. That wasn't gonna work. This works. This attitude of Roman Reigns, this style of heel, being a Paul Heyman guy, this is working, and fans are getting behind it. This is by far Roman Reigns' best work to date. Anthony Floyo, it is yours. This was a strong start to SmackDown Live tonight.
Absolutely. Roman Reigns is so much more interesting with this new change in attitude. This segment was great because he both complimented and insulted his cousin in the same breath, like he has been a heel doing this kind of thing for years. It would have been better if this was just about Uso and Reigns, but WWE needed to set up a tag match for later in the show, so it was somewhat necessary to include Corbin and Sheamus in some capacity. Paul Heyman, surprisingly, did not carry the load on the mic. The real power in this segment came from Reigns and Uso's interaction. So, yeah, great segment. You can make an argument for segment of the night here, absolutely. So, nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, this was definitely a very good promo. I mean, yeah, Roman Reigns. Fletch basically said it. This is what the fans have waited for Roman Reigns to turn heel. He did, and all I can say is he's taken that role as a heel, guys, and he's running with it. This is what the IWC has been clamoring for. They got it, and he's really working it well. And like you said, Fletch, I understand they tried to make it work as a baby face. It just never did. It had some good moments, but him as a heel is going to do him wonders, especially aligning him with Paul Heyman. So, yeah, and basically telling Jey Uso, like you said, that, hey, my cousin, I love you, but it's just business. So, yeah, a really good start for Roman as a heel, no doubt about it. So, there's really nothing more to say. And before you move on, Fletch, a quick update in Game 7 of the Celtics-Raptors game. It is 60-53 Celtics with 7:31 to go in the third quarter. I hope to give you another update before we go off the air. So, Fletch, it's yours.
All right, let's try to keep this at a minimum, gentlemen. Let's try to keep it, let's try to keep it focused on the job at hand. All right, first fight of the night we had was AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental title. AJ Styles wins the match. However, he wins it by disqualification at 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Anthony Florio, I mean, good match, but a DQ finish, not good.
And it's going to have to be an NA for this one, unfortunately. But Hardy and Styles have great chemistry that has been developed over several years since they first worked together in TNA. So it came as no surprise when they had a good back and forth match. The interference by Sami Zayn was predictable, but it was almost necessary. This protected Styles from taking a loss without having Hardy lose, but WWE did not need to telegraph the interference by having Zayn come out before the match. Had he interfered out of nowhere, it would have been much more surprising. This does set up a good feud for Clash of Champions with all three men, but the execution of the segment left a little to be desired. Now, Mr. Lame Duck Man, Mr. Sami Zayn, got a message for you there, son. Get some facts and come back and see me. All right? Get some facts and come back and see me. You're not the Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, you technically didn't lose, but hey, man, you're the one who wanted to, hey, we'll give you credit. You know, you wanted to take care of yourself. You wanted to be, you know, be safe, just like Roman did, you know, and that's all fine and dandy. But you coming back and claiming that you're the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion? Nah, honey. No, honey. No. No. Bringing a little disrespect to that title there, son. Devaluing it just a little bit, I'd say. And that's a title that's near and dear to my heart. You all know that. I have the Intercontinental Championship belt that I would personally carry if I was the champion. But just wanted to get that off my chest there. So it's a damn shame. And this thing would have been fight of the night easily. But nope, Mr. Lame Duck Man had to ruin it. I saw it coming from a mile away. Bullock did too. We had our Smackdown chat, first one of those we've had in a while. And yeah, needless to say, neither one of us were very happy with Mr. Lame Duck Man. I mean, there was a point in this show where it was like he was damn near taking over the show. There's no question about it. I mean, we all thought Corbin was the biggest pain in the ass heel on SmackDown. Oh no, that's Lame Duck Man. He's now the biggest pain in the ass on Friday Night SmackDown. And thank God he's your problem, MF, and not mine. Because he was my problem on Raw. Oh. John Moxley, 97 Bret Hart, that comes out of me. 0 F's given. So that's it. So it's going to have to be an NA for the match, I'm afraid, even though it was going to be really good. So nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, in the immortal words of our dear friend, Mr. Jim Calhoun, get some facts and come back and see me, Mr. Lame Duck Man. Thank you.
You're damn right about that. And yeah, it's going to have to be an NA, but look, I got a message for you, Sami Zayn. You are not, absolutely not, the Intercontinental Champion. I understand you wanted to take care of yourself, but there's a rule in WWE. You had 30 days to defend the title. You didn't, and WWE had every right to strip you of that title, because that title is prestigious, not just to Florio, but to myself and to Michael Fletcher as well. I mean, so many great men have held that Intercontinental title, and for you to say, yes, you never lost the title, but come on, you're not the champion. Get that through your thick skull, you piece of you-know-what. It's getting to the point that he's really getting on my nerve now, and I'm about to go freaking bonkers if he continues with it. I mean, and like you said, Florio, it's like he was trying to take over the damn show. And I thought Adam Pearce had this Mr. Lame Duck Man ejected, but he somehow weaseled his way back in. Give me a freaking break. I mean, all I can say is whoever's going to be the Intercontinental Champion, I don't care if it's AJ Styles, I don't care if it's Jeff Hardy. Please, please, WWE, don't let it be Mr. Lame Duckman because he will devalue the Intercontinental Championship.
Bullock, I 100% agree with you, but I got this very bad feeling in the pit of my stomach, which damn near feels like an ulcer. I got a bad feeling that if this match goes down at Clash of Champions, triple threat, I got a bad feeling Mr. Lame Duckman's going to steal it. What says you on that?
It's very possible. I
Ugh.
I I actually agree with Florio. I actually would agree with Anthony. I think there's a very good possibility that Sami Zayn could once again be the Intercontinental Champion. And in a way, it would be poetic justice because, like he said, technically he never lost the title. He lost the title because it was stripped from him because, well, two things. One, there was some backstage heat about him, and two, yes, COVID was a very big situation. So I totally agree with what you guys are saying, and as much as I wish I was wrong on this, I totally agree with Florio. I do believe that if given the opportunity, I think we would have a new Intercontinental Champion in Sami Zayn. All right, so let's move right along, guys. Next up, we had was Grand Metalik and Kalisto as they went up against Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura, and the winners of the bout in 3 minutes and 35 seconds was Kalisto and Grand Metalik of the Lucha House Party. They get the big win. Oi! Nakamura and Cesaro, that's not what I wanted to see. Especially when you're going up against the Street Profits on Monday night in the Battle of the Champions. That is not what I wanted it to see. Ugh! I got a bad feeling about this. Alright. Michael Bullock, you lead off. Lucha House Party gets a big win.
Yeah, 1.5 for the effort, but yeah, I mean, it was not a good match, but a big win for the Lucha House Party. Thanks to the Street Profits with a nice little distraction from some of the partying they were doing in the back. And you know what, Fletch? I'm gonna cool your nerves down because I got this feeling after what we saw tonight. I think Nakamura and Cesaro are gonna go over. That's just how I feel after what we saw tonight. So you'll get your retribution. Even though I feel like I jinxed it, especially with what's going on the other side. So, but either way, I think you can rest easy, Fletch. I think Nakamura and Cesaro are going to get some payback on Monday night when it's champion versus champion. So there's really nothing more for me to add. Fletch, it's yours.
Do me a favor, Bullock. Knock on wood. That's all I'm saying. No, I mean, yeah, 1.5 stars. I mean, it was there. It was fine for what it was worth. There was really nothing amazing to say about it. Could have it been a lot more better? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, the outcome was an outcome, and that's all that we really got in this situation. And yeah, absolutely, you guys are totally correct. It wasn't the best match, but it was kind of short for its liking. Nothing more to add. Florio, quick, and it's yours.
Yeah, it's going to have to be 1.5 stars for the rating. It's hard to give a match with 4 superstars like Kalisto, Nakamura, Cesaro, and Metalik a mediocre rating, but the way this match was booked did not leave any other options. The distraction from the Street Profits should not be enough to make 2 accomplished champions forget they are in the middle of a fight. This is a trope WWE keeps using, and that needs to stop. The action leading up to the ending was good, but there wasn't enough of it to justify a higher rating. I think we had ourselves a championship committee moment this evening because the Lucha House Party pinned the tag team champions. All the belts must be defended at Clash of Champions. So I think we have our SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. And if that's the case, that eventual rematch, I believe, should be much better. So nothing really more to say. 1.5 stars. Bullock, do you really think they would put the SmackDown Tag Champions over the Raw Tag Champions on Raw? You really think so?
I could see it
Nah,
happen. Yes. It's happened
yeah,
before.
maybe.
It's
Yes, it
happened
has happened. Yes, Sasha and Bailey, I know.
Not
I
only
get it.
that, but then NXT kicked both our asses in matches leading up to Survivor Series. Rhea
And that's
Ripley
the Survivor.
and at Survivor Series. So absolutely it could happen.
Well, we'll see about that come Monday night on this in-your-face Monday Night Raw, which is, well, finally looking like the loaded show that has a legitimate chance to counteract the Monday Night Football doubleheader, especially with those 2 new matches that they added. Oh, both have potential to be something special on both sides. So I got a good feeling about both of those. Well, one I have a good feeling about. The other, I'm a little iffy. So,
Okay,
but we'll see.
we'll see.
But we got 4 big matches. I'll address that later. So nothing really more to say. It's a 1.5 for the effort MF. So Chip, and one other thing, championship committee moment, right?
Yes, championship committee moment as well, no doubt. I'm not gonna disagree with that either. All right. So with that said, next up we had was the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley cutting a promo. She did a really good job with this. Oh man, the nuclear heat that she was getting from from the fans in the Thunderdome, from the reaction on social media. Oh boy, this was interesting. I actually didn't mind it. I thought this was a good, solid promo. I enjoyed it. I liked it. Anthony Florio, it's yours. I got nothing bad to say about Bayley. It was short, sweet, straight to the point, never overstayed its welcome, and damn is she an amazing heel.
And that's why Michael Bullock hates her damn guts. That's how good she is. But anyways, I agree with MF here. This to me was the second best segment of the night. This promo made perfect sense. Bayley being the one to turn on Sasha could be seen coming from a mile away, but the explanation sold it as an inevitability. Bayley has been so good in this heel role, and she keeps getting better over time. She has grown into being a heel to the point where it feels like this always should have been her gimmick. The only nitpick was it was too short. Bayley had our attention and could have talked for another 5 minutes or so without anyone getting bored. It's rare when a promo leaves you hoping it didn't end. I kind of wanted a little more, but it is what it is. But it's still another great segment, though. So it's because of that little cutting short promo there that I'm gonna have to call this the second best segment of the night, only behind the opener. So there's nothing really more to say. I mean, when a heel is so good at what she or he does that it makes you legitimately hate them, that's when you're a damn good heel. Isn't that right, Mr. Bullock? Because of the fact that we all know ever since the heel turn, you have been absolutely, going off on Bayley, and well, I'm sure your love affair with that one hasn't changed, but I think you might be starting a new love affair with her former partner and bestie now, aren't you?
Well, I mean, yeah, like you hit the nail right on the head there, Florio. I mean, yeah, Bayley made it short and sweet to the point, and yeah, I mean, throughout that segment, guys, I mean, she was really getting all the nuclear heat from everybody. And the thing is, she did not give a damn. She basically said that she used Sasha to help her get to where she is now. Well, guys, can we all agree? What goes around comes around. There will be a time, Miss Bayley, you're gonna have to answer to Sasha Banks when she does return.
and it will not be at Clash of the Champions, unfortunately.
No, no, we'll get to that shortly. But in due time, she will get her comeuppance from the boss. It's not going to be a Clash of Champions. We'll talk about who will get that opportunity. So there's really nothing more to say, Fletch. I think this is where it leads up to that the matchup.
Yes, it was a fatal four-way for an opportunity at the SmackDown Women's title at the Clash of Champions, as it was Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Lacey Evans, and Tamina. And when it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in 11 minutes and 45 seconds, and now the woman that will receive a SmackDown Women's title match at the Clash of Champions is Nikki Cross. Nikki will get to play with Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title again. Anthony Florio, the Scottish, I guess, the cutie from Scotland gets the shot at the gold.
Another opportunity. Not her first rodeo. What was the time of that fall again, MF?
11:45.
11:45. Okay. This was the fight of the night for me. If I'm going to be honest, a lot happened here. The moment Alexa Bliss hit Nikki Cross with Sister Abigail was not as surprising as it was satisfying. It was the first real step she has taken toward joining the Fiend Bray Wyatt since their weird relationship began a few weeks ago. The match itself was good, and Cross was a solid choice to win because we already know she and Bayley can have a good match together from previous encounters. Cross earned a singles title shot, and Bliss seemingly ended their friendship, so both women are off to bigger and better things. You love to see that. Now, I got into it a little bit ago. When it came to that SmackDown Women's title match at Clash of Champions, we all thought it was going to be Bayley and Sasha. No, that's not the case because of this contender match tonight, and now Nikki's getting this chance. The next pay-per-view after Clash of Champions will not be held until November the 1st. Yeah, there will not be a main roster pay-per-view in October. There will be an NXT takeover on October 4th. That's confirmed. The next main roster pay-per-view after this Clash of Champions will not be until the 1st of November. And what is that event? Hell in a Cell. I think you know where I'm going with this. I think Bayley's going to get by Nikki one more time. And then come the 1st of November, gentlemen. And I told Bullet this during our SmackDown chat. And MF, you're hearing this for the first time. If you're gonna do Bayley and Sasha, there's only one way you can do it. You put those two inside Hell in a Cell for the SmackDown Women's Championship. You do that, bada boom. There's your WWE Women's Match of 2020 right there. So, just some food for thought, gentlemen. So, I'm going to give this about 3 to 3.25 stars for the effort. It was the fight of the night for me. So really nothing more to say on that. So Michael Bullock, I told you that during our SmackDown chat, and I said it was going to be Sasha and Bayley inside Hell in a Cell. I think that's why they held off Sasha for this. So what do you think? What do you think of all that and the match?
Yeah, the match, like you said, it's 3 stars. And I think the right woman went over with Nikki Cross, get another opportunity. And as far as what you talked about, Florio, and yes, I did hear in on it when we had our SmackDown chat, and I'm definitely down for that if it does happen, because at some point Sasha's going to make her return. And I think we're finally going to get that match, like you said, at Hell in a Cell inside the Devil's playground. And I'll even take it one step further. And I told you this, Florio, and Fletch, you're hearing it from me. I think Hell in a Cell is going to be the night where the reign of Bailey is going to come to an end. So that's just how I see it. So, Fletch, what do you say to all this?
Yeah, it definitely is very possible. We'll have to wait and see what happens. So, um, nothing more to add. So we're just gonna move right on along. We did have a throwaway match. Otis versus John Morrison. Otis won the match in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Then we had the Firefly Funhouse and the newest member of the so-called group, and it was named Wobbly Walrus. Basically, it's a walrus that looks like Paul Heyman. In the immortal words of Vince McMahon, now that's some good shit. Yeah, okay, we'll see. Main event of the evening, tag team match, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Sheamus and King Corbin. Jey Uso and Roman Reigns wins the match in 4 minutes. Michael Bullock, you lead off.
All right. Yeah, when it comes to this, this was not good. I mean, this was not good. I mean, I understand you're trying to build Roman as the heel. I mean, you've done a good job of it, but to do it this way, where you schedule it as a tag team match and you basically wait until the end, I mean, it was done it was executed the right way. So, but I did not like this. So, to me, I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not going to give this match a rating. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. So, I really don't know what else is there to say. Fletch, it's yours.
Disagree with Michael Bullock. I thought this was very effective. I thought this was good. I thought this was solid. I thought it was better in a way that you needed to do it. I think as far as the match goes, okay, I'll give you that, Bullock. It wasn't good. But to add more fuel to the fire to the match at the Clash of the Champions, they absolutely delivered. I think this was compelling. I think this was nice. Seeing the reaction from Jey Uso after Roman got the win, you can tell there's definitely something going on. I like it. I need more of it. That is something that SmackDown is actually doing. Storyline progression, that's something that SmackDown is a staple for, and they kind of got away from it. Not in the last couple of weeks. They've been utilizing it really, really well, and they did a great job tonight. Anthony, final thought. Go.
Two stars for the match. The match itself was nothing special, but the storytelling was top notch. Roman refusing to help his cousin only to show up and steal the win from him was perfect. This allowed Jey Uso to look good because he could have won by himself, but it also established Roman Reigns as a heel who doesn't value family the way he used to. It was a great way to end what was not the best SmackDown, but not the worst either. So, really nothing more to say. Let's get to our overall review.
It is a little minor step back from last week. Last week was about 8.5. This one was about 7. I mean, it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't perfect. It was a little step down from last week, which I will agree, but it did serve some purposes on multiple levels. It did very well in certain areas. So 7 out of 10, Anthony, it's yours.
I don't know about 7 MF. That didn't really look like a 7 out of 10 to me. Some of the matches could have been better. We had a couple of throwaway matches. Yes, we had a couple of good segments with the opening segment and the Bailey segment. I mean, both of those were great. That 4-way women's match, that was very good as well. But other than that, slight disagreement here. The best I can do is 6. I think that's the best I can go. What a difference a week makes. I mean, A week ago, MF, you and I, we ran the show last week and we gushed. We literally gushed over how great the show was. I mean, it was the best SmackDown of the year. That's how great it was. But this time around, it was, as I always like to say, I got to say, it was a back to reality show, if I'm being honest. SmackDown was chugging right along with a solid show, starting with a nice AJ versus Jeff and Sammy involvement segment, then took a small dip in quality as it got on. The four-way was great and fell all the way to the depths of Vince's house, a.k.a. that Firefly Funhouse segment, and could hardly recover. The good news is, as only a 2-hour show, the law of average allows for the show to at least be serviceable when considering last week, and that's what we got tonight. The Jeff AJ match, which AJ basically overcame every Jeff special move and treated as insufficient. The DQ ending was odd, but perfectly okay with the story that's being told there. All AJ needs is his own IC title, and then you could have 3 guys claiming to be champion, even though one really is. Street Profits continuing to be the fun and silly tag team. That's not working for me, even though they're Raw guys. But the Bailey stuff was great. And, all in all, SmackDown. And then, of course, this nonsense with Miz and Morrison keep trying to steal Otis's briefcase. That comes out of the. I mean, I know who's writing that. That obviously is coming from the mind of a 6-year-old. That's clearly what it is. You got friggin' 6-year-olds writing that segment. Please. But other than that, SmackDown was believe me, it was so not good as last week. But it also took a severe deep tonight, making it a just below average show this time around. So 6 out of 10 for me. Really nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, you weren't with us last week, but if you were, I mean, you would have agreed. Last week's show was the best show of the year, and 1 week later, it ends up being what I call a back to reality show.
Yeah, I did hear about it. It was a good show last week, but yeah, this week was a step back. But I'm gonna say 6 to 6.5 as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. You guys pretty much touched on everything. So Fletch, it's yours.
All right, and we are done for the night. So tomorrow we're going to be doing NFL Saturday, where we're going to be recapping the opening night game, the Kansas City Chiefs as they went up against the Houston Texans. Kansas City did get the victory in the first game. Looked really good, guys, I have to admit. So Kansas City got the win. We'll also be previewing the remaining Week 1 matchups, 12 on the Sunday slate, 2 Monday night games. We got that, and then we do it all over again. 1 week from Monday night is Ridiculously Raw. Wednesday night is Wednesday Night Mayhem. Thursday, College Football Thursday. Friday, another edition of Cerebral Smack Talk, and then again 1 week from now, another next Saturday, another edition of NFL Saturday. So that's gonna be the layout from now on. All shows at 10:30 Eastern. All shows at 10:30. So just to give you guys a heads up, no more arguments, no more debate. 10:30 start times for all shows from now until, well, whenever the schedule changes again. We don't know when that's going to be. So 10:30 for all the shows from now on. Thank you, Anthony Floyo. Thank you, Michael Bullock. Thank you guys as always. Like the video, leave a comment at the bottom, share with all your friends on all the social media platforms around the world. We'll see you tomorrow night. Until then, for all of us here, so long, everybody.